Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, Oilers win 5-4 in Chicago. Play La Bamba, baby. So, let's talk about positives. Positive, Oilers win. Positive, Puljujarvi starting to come together. Kinda. Skinner played great. Draisaitl and McDavid showed up. The fourth line of Hamlin, Holloway, Malone doing what they need to do. Not playing spectacular, not needing to put up points, just keep the puck out of our net. And they're doing that in tenfolds. They're doing that greatly. I like what they're doing. Hyman, snake bitten Hyman. He's gonna get. He gonna get. He has to get it right. So positives, obviously. Oilers win 5-4. Start out hot. They outshoot Chicago the entire game. They controlled play the entire game. They did what they had to do on the road against a bad team. And let's not sugarcoat shit. Okay, Chicago is a bad team. Now, like this game is going to be a good post game reaction. I was going to be happy. Oilers were blowing out Chicago. It was one of those go on the road games. Then we play tomorrow, play against Minnesota. In Minnesota, we win that one. We feel good coming home. But then the third period happened. All that went out the fucking window in the third period. So we'll get to it. 1-0 Oilers. Goal scored by Draisaitl, Nurse, and Kulak. And then Puljujarvi with a beautiful pass from behind the net to Hopkins, assisted by Puljujarvi and Janmark. 2-0 Edmonton. There was nothing going on in the first period. The first period was a wash. Nothing. Just erase that first period out of your mind. It was bad. Oilers took shots. Chicago took shots. Oilers controlled play. Chicago controlled play. It was just bad. So we go along. We go along. Third period happens. Start of the third period. Oilers goal McDavid from Draisaitl and Kulak. 2 points for Kulak. 2 points for Draisaitl. 3-1 Oilers. And I said it in my live stream when McDavid had a wide open net and he put it off the post. I'm like, that's gonna think about that because that's gonna wake him up and that's gonna be a highlight reel goal later on in the game. Because McDavid's been mad at himself for missing such a perfect opportunity that he's gonna make somebody look silly. Sorry, Jack Johnson, that somebody was you. Um, so we move on. It's 4-1 Oilers. We're looking pretty. We're being happy. We're all joking and cordial on the stream. We're all cheers and let's go on to play Minnesota. Not so fast. Chicago gets a power play. Chicago starts to roll. Chicago's rolling. Of course, they score on the power play. None other than Max Domi makes it 4-2 on the power play. Oh boy, can we fix that though? We need to fix that. You can't let a guy like Max Domi skate up the slot and take a shot. And yet fucking again, our defense, Flamingo. If you're gonna block a shot, block a shot. If you're not gonna take full commitment to blocking a shot, hit the balls out of the way. Just move out of the way. Let your goalie say it. Let your goalie see it 100%. If you're gonna let a guy walk in, let him walk in all the way. That way, you give your goalie a 75% chance of making a save. When you go down to one knee and you flamingo, you take the entire view away from your goalie. So if you don't block that shot or you block it and it bounces somewhere else, your goalie has 50% or less chance of saving it. Like we've seen most of the year with this Oilers team, they like to go down to one knee to block shots. Either lay down flat or get the fuck out the way. Nurse is bad for that one knee bullshit. You're 6 foot something, dude. Your goalie isn't as tall as you are most nights. Just get out of the way. Get out of the way or block shot. Like, don't half-ass it. 19 seconds later, though, hey, classic Oilers. It's 4-2. We're thinking, all right, time to get a little scared. No. 19 seconds later, Etten whistle with his first goal of the year. Now we're scared. It's 4-3. Wow. 19 seconds again. 4-3. Okay, now you're starting to get a little worried, right? Like now Chicago's got momentum. We haven't seen Kane be dominant at all. Taves was they've both been invisible most of the game, right? Yes, we go on. And then oh, like a fine wine. It gets better with time. Um, yeah, like a fine wine gets better with time. You get McDavid to Draisaitl. 5-3. Now, hmm, 5-3. You're thinking, okay, 5-3, 5 minutes left. Oilers got this in the bag, right? Right after the Oilers score, Hawkins takes another penalty. I think it's his second or third penalty of the night. It's a 4-minute double minor. What was for? I thought it was just a hit. I thought he just pushed somebody from behind. But that's me. That's what I saw. I saw somebody. I just saw him push somebody from behind and take a penalty. Yeah. No, no. Not so much. Not so much. So, of course, Chicago scores on the power play, right? Domi again. This time assisted by Patrick Kane. And again, is it bad defensive play? I don't know what. It was just a weird game. The Oilers controlled it. The Oilers dominated. The Oilers were out shooting. Like the shots at the end of the game were the Oilers 41, Chicago 25. They outshot Chicago heavily. They outplayed Chicago heavily. They dominated Chicago. But again, an AHL goalie with 10 games experience was a Vezina candidate against the Oilers. Stop me if you've heard this rhetoric before. Rookie goalie or subpar AHL goalie plays against the Oilers, become Vezina candidate. It happens on the regular against this team to get goalied. But again, usual suspects doing what they do. McDavid, Draisaitl, brilliant. McDavid still first in points. Draisaitl tied in second. Hyman and Hopkins, a little more feisty tonight. Loved the effort from Hyman all night. Hyman was just, it's coming. Another goal scored by Hyman disallowed. This time, he pushed a player that way. Player jumped that way. Landed on his goalie. Goalie was already down and out. I thought it could be a goal. I thought, hey, you dove. Like, dude, he barely touched you and you fell down like a fucking house of cards. Just down you go. Well, I guess. All right. No goal. It is what it is. Hyman's got his chances. He has also hit 2 posts tonight. He's there. He's getting the breaks. It's just not breaking the right way for him. It'll come. Again, lazy play, careless, sloppy. They almost blew a 3-goal lead against one of the worst teams in the league tonight. That needs to get fixed. And I know a lot of that is injuries. And a lot of that is a lot of games played and not so a lot of time. But excuses, guys. Like that, let's just mumble all that up together, throw it in this little box of I don't give a fuck. They need to play better when they have leads, and they can't rely so heavily on the bend and don't break because sometimes they fucking break. The bending and breaking defense works most of the time. It worked tonight. But when it doesn't, oh, the calamity of bullshitness it's hilarious. We're just not even going to talk about Hopkins taking penalties. It was nice to see Brett Kulak get 3 points. It was nice to see Janmark get a goal. Oh, yes. Yes. Janmark from Hopkins and Bouchard. Yes, I forgot that goal. Janmark got a goal. Hopkins getting points. Bouchard getting points. Puljujarvi getting points. The fourth line playing immaculate. Benson coming up and not looking like what I want to see. And I'm doing another video future about players that I'm looking forward to in the month of December, and the players that I think are going to drop off in the month of December. But what I'm looking for from Benson, Holloway, who also called uh, Hamlin, what I'm looking for from those three players, in particular Malone, I guess you can throw Malone in there, although he's a veteran. I want them to not stand out in a bad way. I don't want them to be spectacular. Like they weren't spectacular tonight, and they didn't stand out in a bad way, and they didn't stand out in a good way. I want them to be even keel, fair players. Don't be the reason your team's down a goal or down a man, but you don't necessarily have to be that guy that chips in and gets goals and gets points and does the extra. Just chew the minutes, keep the puck out of your zone, keep the puck out of your net. And that's what this fourth line has done for 2 games straight. Keep it up, boys. You're doing the job that you've been brought up to do. Of course, now you got to talk about the negatives of this game, right? And unfortunately, oh, no, my bad. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Before we get to the negatives, congratulations to Darnell Nurse. Game number 5, Hundo. And getting an assist on it, oof, had to feel good. I remember his first game against LA. Wasn't so good. Oilers lost that game. Remember his first goal against Minnesota. Hopefully he gets one tomorrow night. Foreshadowing. Maybe. The negatives, completely valid, but extremely worrisome with how the Oilers ended up the game. I'm not going to bag and punch the point home. But they need to play better in late games and holding leads against teams. They've got a lead. That's rare to say. Oilers just score first. Oilers hold a lead. Oilers have a lead. That's rare to say this year. But it's worrisome when they almost lose it. They almost lost it twice. They had two-goal leads. They had a 3-goal lead, and they almost lost it. This team needs to figure out how to play better defensively as a 5-man unit. Skinner played well. Skinner played well enough to win this game 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 5-3. He played well enough for this game to be a blowout, and the Oilers shouldn't even have to worry about any of the shenanigans that happened in the third period. But here we are. Edmonton having the past struggles against Minnesota, well, the past struggles against Chicago, let's say. I think we can bury the hatchet there. Chicago is not the team they were. Thank God for that. But their goalie played well. Their goalie played excellent. And our goalie played well. It was not a battle of goalies by any means or stretch of imagination, but Skinner won. Good for the kid. He's now at 500. Good to see. Shout out to all the Southside Athletic boys that played tonight, the 3 of them. Then they got all the 3 wins. First time ever. Products became hometown heroes. Great to see. Now we move on to Minnesota. What are your thoughts? Did you like the way the Oilers played this game? Are you concerned about the way the Oilers played this game? Or is it just they won, it's 2 points, let's all celebrate, let's be happy. Let's move on to the Minnesota Wild, which happens tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here on the YouTube channel, brought to you by Oilers After Dark and myself, Matt. Anyways, I'm done for that. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell all your friends this bald guy will be mustache free tomorrow. Thank you. Peace and love, everybody.